Good morning, believers. Good morning, Israel. San Onofre Surf Beach is golden. Actually, it's pretty blue. Happy day after Thanksgiving holiday. I went and had a meal with my roommate and her boyfriend and her son and a couple of her friends here in San Clemente. And I figured while I was down here, I would throw the surfing stuff in and the camping stuff. So last night I spent the night in the truck. And looks like I'm going to get some waves. Weather is supposed to be good, but it's looking a little November-ish. Late November-ish out here. It's not cold, but there's some clouds. Sun's coming up. Let me pray. Heavenly Father, bless my brothers and sisters who are here to listen and study the Word that you gave us to understand you better. Give us the ability to understand truth from fiction, right from wrong, up from down, right from left. We love you, we honor you, we praise you, we follow your word, not the word of man. We follow your word, not the word of man. Let my words speak truthfully about you and what your plan is. That way I can honor you and praise you and worship you the way you want to be worshipped and the way you deserve to be worshipped, in spirit and in truth. Amen. All right, that was a good one. You're welcome. Peace. The camera's all confused because it doesn't have enough. There's not enough light yet for the camera to understand what it's doing. So anyway, I'm going to turn it around. Hopefully I'm not all blurred out and dark. Well, no, I'm not going to turn it around. I have the phone plugged in. I was listening last night. So the message, what I want to get today, I'm going to try and get it in too. I'm going to start right now. I'm going to tell you the backstory. And hopefully I can explain it in a way that you can understand what I'm trying to say. So the first thing I want to make is that it's easy to be fooled by people you think you can trust, right? So if you're a black Hebrew Israelite, you think you can trust these black guys. They got your best interest at heart. You're a white Baptist, you trust Pastor Porkchop. You're a Latino Catholic, and you think Priest Salawan or whoever it is you can trust him. Louis Farrakhan, you're a Muslim, you can trust Farrakhan to tell you the true Allah. Jeff DeLoach says he's a Benjamite. You think you can trust Jeff DeLoach? Man, you can't really trust anyone because everyone is going to fall into their personal belief system. And I just got taken by Rabbi Ephraim. I've been recommending him to you guys. What's his name? Ephraim Palamoff or something. Some of you got interested, some of you didn't. I only put his thumbnail up there a couple times. So if anyone was interested in listening to a rabbinical perspective and investigating rabbinical type teaching and to see how it matches up with your worldview or whatever, I recommended him. And he's super smart about Torah, and he's super smart about Kabbalah, and he's super smart about the Jewish side of the Bible. He's got the Jewish perspective. So the point I'm trying to make about this is that I was listening to him this morning. I woke up early and I just said, okay, I'm going to listen to what he has to say about Edom, about the Idumeans, about the Esau, the brother of Jacob. Esau, the Edomites, the Idumeans. And he was going into a lot of things about Trump and about the third temple. And he was kind of all over the map, and he was talking about how the thing that got me was he started defending the Rothschilds. And he started defending that family line and saying how the couple of the sons of Rothschild Bauer, the Rothschilds, I forget the guy's first name, something Bauer. They were originally called the Bauers. That was their last name, and then it was changed to Rothschild for some reason. They were probably trying to hide. They're like, fuck, we can't be Bowers anymore. They were probably doing something wicked, right? Just my opinion. And so he started to defend these Rothschilds because they helped the Khazarian Jews, like this guy, the Sephardic. They started to help these Jewish people. There were some sons of the Rothschilds that helped. They were charitable to the Jewish diaspora or whatever. The ones, this might have been the beginning of, I don't know. I'm still confused about this whole thing, because what Ephraim, this Rabbi Ephraim, was saying, it wasn't ringing true to me. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a doggone minute. Something doesn't sound right here. And he might have been telling the truth, but from his perspective, his people got helped by the Rothschilds. His people got charity from the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds were good to some of his people. And so, in my mind, I started thinking, well, shit, maybe this Jewish conspiracy thing is real. I'm just pontificating on what the world is telling me. No one's being honest, so I'm just trying to figure it out, YouTube. I'm trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be standing here in this war that we're in. So, that being said, he was leading me into an area where I was like, I'm not comfortable here. I'm not too comfortable believing this. I forget a couple of the things that he said that I'm like, I can't believe that. That's hard to believe. So from his perspective, it was, these things are true, or these things are good, or these things. But from another perspective, we might say, see, what he was trying to say, I remember now what he was trying to say. He was trying to say that the Khazarians don't rule music, media, banking, business in general. They don't rule the world. They don't. these Edomites don't rule the world. So he started to defend the Edomites in a way that didn't quite ring true with me. I'm like, wait a minute. The Bible doesn't say to hate an Edomite, but it doesn't say to defend an Edomite either. And so I immediately started thinking about Obadiah and the curse on Edom, and how Edom is, God doesn't like Edom. He tells us not to hate him, but not to love him either. Don't trust him. He's a wild man. Esau's he gave up his birthright. He doesn't know, he has no spirit, right? I hate to say that, right? See, okay. Esau didn't respect his spiritual heredity, his heritage. So he started talking about this story, and I'm going to get to it in a minute here. I'm going to give you some backstory, so when we get to the story, you can know what I'm talking about, and I won't have to read on and on and on and on about this. Amaziah, he brought up this story that I'm not too familiar with. So I was sitting in line to get into the state park here, and I was researching Amaziah, because what he said, what he was espousing, this is what he told about this story. So Amaziah, he went to Mount Seir. He went to the land of salt. Mount Seir means mount of salt, land of salt. So he was talking about Petra and how the Edomites were in Petra. And he gathered a bunch of men of Judah and Benjamin. And I kind of looked into the story before I started. And I'm like, oh, wow, those were my people that did that. So what they did, and I think, from what I could tell, I'm gonna read it. We're gonna look at it. But what Rabbi Ephraim was trying to get us to believe was that these men of Judah and Benjamin, these warriors, they went there and they slaughtered, they killed, they fucking destroyed 10,000 Edomites. They went to Petra and they were throwing them off the cliffs. Anyone that knows Petra's that rock face in Jordan that everyone says the Jews are going to run to in the last days. I don't believe that. I don't think we're going to actually run to Petra. We're running to David. Peter. We're running to Peter. Petra. Peter. I've talked about this over and over again. Peter is King David in the regeneration. We're going to run to Peter. We're going to run to Petra, not actual Petra, not the land. We're going to run to spiritual David, Peter. So anyway, that being said, these are the things that we know. But the things that we don't know is why did we go kill those Edomites, for one? Was that God's plan? Go slaughter them, because what the Edomites kept doing to Israel was every time someone would come in and fuck with us, these damn Edomites, our brother Esau would laugh, and he'd stand back and he'd mock us and say, haha, you guys got fucked. And so in my mind, Amaziah, from my biblical perspective, from the way I've studied and learned the Bible, Amaziah was doing God's will to go fucking thrash on these Edomites and teach them a lesson about being fucking two-faced little carnal punks. So Rabbi Ephraim was kind of defending these Edomites Do not abhor an Edomite. It says that in Deuteronomy. Don't hate him because he's your brother. He's your brother. Don't hate him. He's your brother. I'm like, okay. Not that I hate him. I just don't like what he's doing. So what Rabbi Ephraim was saying is that we're supposed to get with the Edomites. The Edomites are the Christians, and we're the Jews. This is what he's saying. The Edomites are the Christians. They're the people of Britain and Spain, and they're the Romans. Edom is Rome. This is what he's saying, and that kind of makes sense. Edom is Rome. Edom is the conquering nation of today. The Edomites rule the world. He's saying the Edomites rule the world. And that's what GMS says. But GMS also says that Israel over there is part of that. And this is what Rabbi Ephraim said. He agreed. He said, we're the peaceful nation, and we're supposed to use Esau. Esau and Jacob were originally meant to work together. And I was like thinking to myself, we're meant to work together. Yeah, we're supposed to work together. Jacob and Esau are supposed to work together. The Edomites and Israel are supposed to work together to make world peace and this and that. And I'm like, gosh, that sure goes against my belief system. I don't think I'm supposed to be buddying up with Edom. Even though I'm a white looking guy, and I'm trying to figure that out. I'm going, okay, who the fuck am I as a Benjamite? Am I, was I an Edomite at one time, and now I've learned love, so now the Lord said, no, you're gonna be one of mine. You're a Benjamite. I'm gonna make you a prophet. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure that out. It's like, what the hell? Maybe I was an Edomite that got thrown off these cliffs, not a fucking Benjamite. Maybe I was one of these Edomites that got destroyed at Petra. I lived in those rocks. I don't know. Because I know I got fucking traumatized when I was in my other life. So I don't know if I was one of these Edomites that got thrown off by Amaziah and the Jews or what. But we got some waves, look. Fucking nice swell. Look. So, if you follow me, and I say, be careful who you listen to. Wow. Look at these waves. Anyway, sorry. Back to reality. Damn. It's pounding out there. So the story is I trusted this guy to tell me the truth, and it's like, is that the truth? So what he said, the thing that twisted my nipple was, he said, that's why Israel's in captivity. He said, the reason we're in captivity is because Amaziah went and killed 10,000 Edomites at Mount Seir. God said, why, you're my people, why did you kill so many of your brethren, your Edomite brothers? Why did you do that? Now I'm going to put you in subjection to Rome. So he says we're under Rome right now because we threw the Edomites off the cliffs of Petra. And I'm like thinking to myself, why haven't I heard this story before? Why don't I know about this? I'm getting edgy, going, damn it! Shouldn't I know this? Shouldn't God have given this to me? He never told me that we're under Rome because of anything we did to the Edomites. He never told me that. He never even hinted at it. I never thought of it that way. I mean, to a certain extent, we know we're under Rome, for sure. But I don't think it's because of that. And GMS, these black Hebrew Israelites, I'll give them that if you're Israel, you're under the curses from way back. This is nothing new. We've been in captivity to someone. We've been in captivity to someone ever since we came out of Egypt, to one extent or another, even under our own people, sometimes. And part of this Amaziah story is about how he was so Southern Kingdom, he was so Benjamite, Judah, that he told the Ephraimites, and we'll read it, I'll come back and we'll look at it. But I wanted to you can't teach the Bible in little sound bites unless you're some kind of, I don't know, Christian Fruit Loop that is teaching rapture, or we're going to do this, we're going to do that, peace, love, and fucking go to church and give your tithes, whatever. It's not a Bible teaching. Bible study is different than just following along with somebody's little brown-nosing smoochy, kissy, lowest common denominator rhetoric. This is where you start understanding that not everything you hear, and this fucked me up. Now I'm like thinking, shit, I can't even listen to a rabbi to teach me Judaism. Maybe that's why the Lord told me, don't go over there. Don't go over there. I told you you're one of mine, you're of Judah, but don't go over there. He told me, don't go over there. And I never did until now. And now I'm looking into this religion, and all those electricity that I got going up and down my spine whenever the Lord would tell me, don't go over there. He said it like, don't do it. It's gonna fuck you up. And so I listened, because he had the electricity running up and down my spine, like, whoa, that sounds like some creepy shit, the way he was saying it. Don't go over there. Like, you're gonna get hurt. Don't do it. I'm like, okay, fine, I get it. So I never did. I looked at a lot of other religions and I compared a lot of other theologies, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm sorry that I recommended Judaism as a viable alternative to, I'm not going to say Christianity, because it's an offshoot of what we should really believe, but it's twisted. So what he said, that God punished Israel for killing the Edomites at Petra, I'm like, so we're in captivity now because we killed Edomites? That doesn't make any sense to me. That just doesn't match the Bible. And it's like, that's where I think the Jews they twist the Bible just like GMS does. They have an agenda. They have a man-based carnal agenda, and it's worked for them. Obviously, because he's saying the Edomites and the Jews are supposed to come together in the last days. I don't, that doesn't sound right. That sounds like some fucking blasphemy to me. So anyway, I'm gonna unplug my phone and turn it around, and I'm gonna read to you the story and what the Bible actually says. Because he told me that God said, why did you do that to the Edomites, Israel? Why did you do that? I'm going to have to punish you. I didn't see anywhere in the story that God said that. He actually said, I'm pissed at you because after we killed those Edomites, we made some of their gods our gods. We idolized some of the Edomite gods, their small g gods, and that's why the Lord was mad, not because we killed them. It's because we killed them and then went, yeah, let's be them. So I want to apologize, first of all, for leading you into Judaism. Don't go over there. Stay in the Bible. Don't start listening to. I'm going to listen to these things so I can see if I can get a clearer perspective. But there's so many people lying about everything that that's why I try and stay away from any religion. And I just read the Bible because I want to find out the truth. I want to go up there and get fucking slapped for being a dumbass. He said, I told you to make yourself approved, study. So that's what I do for you folks. Not too many of you really want to know. You'd rather have someone brown nose and tell you something special about yourself, but there's nothing special. There's nothing special about us except that we know who our God is, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, for real. JD Nigel, Word of Truth. I'll be back. Thanks, guys. Subscribe if you want to study the Bible with me. I'm out.